It is Thursday, March the 11th. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Great to have you with us. We've got your HCC news and information. And for you students out there, we're going to talk about the flex campus options in a few moments. So stick around for that. Brittany Pacheco's joined us this morning. Brittany, we had something very special to do this morning. We got a chance to speak with some Houston ISD classes this morning on Career Day at Coop Elementary, the second and fifth grade classes before the show earlier.
Yeah, good morning, Todd. That was fun to do. I mean, it was, again, I'm not a fan of, being up early in the morning, but, to talk to kids about what our careers are and just to get them interested if they didn't know anything about what a graphic designer does or what someone, a director of a television station does. And they were very interested about you being in a helicopter back in your Fox 26 days. So that was fun.
Questions. The best question from the second graders, and it made complete sense. They said, did you have to wear special clothes when you were in the helicopter?
Yeah, that was.
They probably think I was in a flight suit and all that stuff,
Probably you're like, Goose or Maverick or whatever. But yeah, that was fun to do this morning. But before we get into today's show, we have some very special guests we're going to welcome soon. But take the opportunity to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, LinkedIn, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to find out the latest video uploads from us. And last but not least, take the opportunity to share this podcast so that one, we can grow our audience, but more importantly, because we're talking specifically about Flex Campus classes and how that's going to go, we want to make sure that that information is going out to the masses. So again, click that share button at the bottom of this podcast, and that would help us out. So Todd, let's get into today's show.
So Brittany, stick around. I imagine when we speak with our first guest, we may get some questions. So we'll check in with you on that. We want to welcome Jerri Hamachek. She is with Moody Gardens, Galveston. Of course, it's Thursday, Virtual Family Fun Day, and it's always good to have guests on from around our city. And Jerri is no exception. Thanks for being here, Jerri. Well, your mic's off. If we can get you to unmute your microphone there.
Well, sorry about that. Good morning.
Good morning to you. We're looking forward to hearing all about Moody Gardens and also maybe how you guys fared during this winter storm. We're looking forward to hearing about that.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. We'll ask you to stand by and we'll be with you shortly. But first, our first guest is Dr. Norma Perez. She's our Vice Chancellor of Instructional Services. Good morning to you, Dr. Perez. Thanks for being here.
Morning, Todd. Thanks for having me.
There was a announcement made a couple of months ago that talking about the flex campus option. And I know some changes because a lot of our students had questions about whether or not they'd be getting back to campus for flex campus. And I know there have been some changes. Maybe we can start off updating our students as to where we are now and where we're expected to go for the rest of this spring semester.
All right, Todd. Well, you are correct. We did send out a notice to our students this last month, towards the end of the month, February, letting the students know that, again, due to the situation in Harris County and surrounding counties, we decided that it may be best to not bring additional students on campus. The Flex Campus was going to bring more students on campus that we felt may not be quite safe for our students and our faculty and our staff. So what we plan to do is to continue to keep those courses online. And so if you're in a Flex Campus course now, you should have already been informed by your faculty that you will not be attending any classes on campus. Now, we will continue to have some on-campus classes, and most of those on-campus classes are those classes that we cannot teach totally online, right, which are basically our career and technical education courses. So those students have been on campus. They will continue to attend campus after spring break. We also do have some science labs that have been right now attending classes virtually. Those students also, we decided that they would not do their lab portion on campus, but they would continue to do those lab portions online. So at this point, we've continued to monitor the number of faculty, staff, and students that we have on campus. And as a result of that, we have asked that we've decided not to bring the Flex Campus students on campus. So Flex Campus students will continue their instruction virtually until the end of the semester.
You mentioned the workforce instruction labs have been meeting and they'll continue to do so. You've opened up a few more labs, but what about the academic labs like liberal arts, humanities, education, English, and so forth?
Well, basically the main academic labs we have are all of the science labs and our English as a second language lab. So those two areas will continue to conduct their labs virtually for the rest of the semester. Those are two additional areas that we had anticipated bringing them back after spring break. They have been informed that they would be coming on campus after spring break. But again, to continue to focus on the limited number of students we wish to have on campus, we decided to allow those students to continue to work virtually until the end of the semester.
What about the labs like the Visual and Performing Arts Center of Excellence? Because I know there's a lot of labs like dance, drama, music, studio, arts, stuff like that. Will they be returning after spring break?
Some of them will and some of them won't.
Okay.
So again, they should be hearing from their instructor as to whether they're going to be required to come on campus. Because again, some of the visual and performing art classes, you are correct. The key here about having to come on campus is that in order to provide you the instruction that is necessary for you to complete the course, if you have to be on campus, then we need you to be on campus. If what you need to learn for that course can be done virtually, then we're asking that those courses remain virtual. So again, I encourage you, if you haven't reached out, if you haven't heard from your professor, you're not sure whether you're supposed to be reporting to campus or not, please send an email to your faculty member and ask them exactly what the plan is for Monday, March 22nd.
Dr. Perez, I know a number of these students really haven't been to our campuses for the better part of a year, or really going on a year now. When they return to the campuses, things are going to look a lot different because we have screening protocols in place.
That is correct. All of that will continue to remain. The screening protocol, in terms of the changes that we made in reference to maintaining that social distance, all of that continues. When they had a classroom of, let's say, 30, they're not going to see that when they come on campus because those classrooms, we have to maintain, again, that social distancing. So right now, the emphasis is to hold as many students as we can within a given classroom based on the square footage of that classroom. So in many of their classes, it's going to only be 9 students in class. But again, that number will vary based on the size of the classroom. If it can hold 12 and still provide social distancing, the class will have an enrollment of 12 students.
A lot of students may have questions about registering for the summer, and I know we're going to start registration in the next few weeks, and then also looking forward towards fall of 2021. Will the Flex Campus option be allowed for registration for those courses, and what can students expect as they sign up for that?
Well, we're going to be doing away with the Flex Campus option as we have it defined up until now. And what we're moving towards now is more of a face-to-face. So what we're looking for in the summer is we're going to be providing online on a schedule, online anytime. We will continue to do what we call the H Lab, which are like the career and technical education courses where you'll do some of your work online and you'll be required to come on campus to complete whatever work needs to be done within the lab.
Right.
And then we're going to implement some face-to-face classes. We want to begin to sort of transition back to what we're calling the new normal. So we're going to, instead of doing Flex Campus, we're going to be doing face-to-face.
In the face-to-face classes, I would imagine those will be following the CDC guidelines, and more than likely they'll be very small as well. So it would be of importance to make sure you sign up early so you can get those classes, because we're not going to have as many students as we would normally have in there, correct?
That is correct. And so again, we're going to limit it, and most of our classes will hold 9 students comfortably, and again with that social distancing in mind. But we do have some where the enrollment might be a little larger. I don't anticipate anything being larger than, I don't think, 15 students, because most of our classes, again, were built to hold 32 at the most. Again, social distancing will be maintained. Wearing a mask is still currently being maintained. We again want to keep in mind the safety and health of our faculty, staff, and students as we begin to transition to more of a new normal.
Dr. Perez, final question. A lot of us have been working remotely for the past year, and I know a number of faculty and staff are wanting to get back into their office to maybe retrieve gear or get something off their desk or simply get on their computer and download some things. Would they be available to do that after spring break, and is there a policy in place for them to do so?
Yes, they will be. That will be available after spring break, and right now we have a process that's set up for that. There's a form that needs to be submitted to the college operations officer for any of the locations, for any of the colleges. They just need to inform that individual so that that individual can inform the campus coordinator of when a faculty member wishes to come on campus. And again, making sure that the faculty member follows the protocol, the screening protocols that are done beforehand. And then when they present themselves at the campus, we continue to take temperatures. We continue to monitor again that you have to wear a mask in order to access that building.
Dr. Perez, as always, we appreciate you joining us this morning and bringing our students, faculty, and staff up to date. I'm hoping we get back to this new normal pretty soon.
We are too. I'm anxious to have our students back on campus. Definitely miss having to see them, just like I miss having to see our faculty. So, we're all looking forward to that new normal.
Thanks, Dr. Perez. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to take you out to Galveston. It's our Thursday virtual family fun Thursday, I should say. Jerri Hamachek at Moody Gardens is joining us. Jerri, good to see you. Thanks for being here on the show.
Well, thank you. I'm really glad to be here, and I'm glad that spring break is coming. We're all ready for it.
I know it's spring break, always a big time for you guys. I know last year was probably pretty sketchy, and the last month or so has been pretty sketchy for you. We were talking before we went on the air. Galveston got snow about a month ago, and you guys were able to use it to advantage, at least of the penguins. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, our penguins actually got to go out into the snow, and so we shared some of that on Facebook, and we saw a lot of people that were out, struggling with the challenges of day to day of not knowing that we're going to have power or for how long, and they just were thanking us for a nice diversion and really enjoyed it.
Well, for folks who may have heard of Moody Gardens but just haven't been down there yet, maybe you can give them an idea of what you guys are all about.
Well, a lot of people may have heard of us, or maybe when you're driving over the causeway into Galveston, you see those 3 pyramid-shaped buildings off to the right, and that's Moody Gardens. And we're a nonprofit organization, and we're a tourist destination all wrapped into one. So our focus is to provide an experience that is educational with a focus you to have fun, and it's also therapeutic. From the moment that you enter our property, there's gardens everywhere. It's meant to be a place where you can relax and enjoy yourself. So therapeutic on a lot of different levels.
You guys have a number of things down there, the aquarium pyramid, the rainforest pyramid, Discovery Museum. I mean, can you spend a whole day there, or should you plan on 2 days? What do you recommend if someone is coming from, say, around the state or from the Houston area and they want to see it all?
Yeah, right on our property, many people, if you've lived here for a while, you might have been familiar when we opened our property with the Rainforest Pyramid or Palm Beach. We've got so many attractions now. We also have our hotel and our golf course on our property. You can definitely spend a few days here and take your time and enjoy everything. And, if you need to do a day trip, we're good for that too. And a really great family destination, or even a great romantic kind of getaway. We've got a lot of options for everyone, and the island has so much to offer. And
you also have some outdoor activities as well.
Yeah, our outdoor activities, we've got a ropes course, a zip line. We have a great pool over at the hotel, where if you want to just hang out and splash around in the water, read a book. We've got a swim up bar over there, so you can really have kind of a relaxing experience there by the pool. our golf course has really seen a lot of visitors with an increase since the pandemic started. I think people have used this time to improve their golf game, and we've got a premier golf course there that is ranked among the top 10 golf courses, public courses in the state of Texas. So well worth your visit if you're a golfer.
Let's talk about the fact that I imagine you guys obviously fully reopened since COVID. Did you have to shut down for a while? And what did that look like for you? And when did you get a chance to reopen?
Yeah, last year, about towards the end of March, our entire property shut down. So our hotel, our attractions, all of it. While we have staff that will stay here to take care of the animals. Yeah. There's some essential employees here that will be here to take care of the rainforest animals, the aquarium. So our biologists were here. And then we had a handful of staff here to make sure operationally we could make sure that things were functioning properly and that we were able to communicate with what was going on. So we did end up for a period of about 2 months being closed, and during that time, we experienced furloughs, as many people did. And after, upon reopening, we brought a lot of people back, and we've kind of been paid through time. So these days with spring break, we're really seeing some encouraging signs of people returning to the island and to Moody Gardens, and it's been really great.
Well, I was going to ask about spring break because I imagine that's a busy time for you. And last year, of course, a lot of us, spring break was just crazy for all of us because things were just shutting down right and left. But what spring break look like this year? Are you encouraged by the numbers of people that are forecasted to get down to the island? And will you still have a lot of safety protocols in place? Because I know a lot of people are still concerned about that.
Right. Yeah, we definitely have our safety protocols in place. That was a very big focus during the time that we closed. We thought we cannot reopen unless we've got extensive protocols in place to make people feel comfortable and safe and know that we're taking care of those things so you can come and enjoy yourself. So we've been doing all of that, and we will continue doing all of that. With the recent changes that have just occurred with Texas opening to 100% capacity, right now we have a policy where our employees are required to wear masks and guests are strongly encouraged to wear masks. We do understand that there's a lot of people that are getting their vaccine, which is really encouraging. And I think that has a lot to do with the influx of inquiries with phone calls that we're getting about making plans to come out and visit. And I think, our most vulnerable folks have been, receiving vaccines. So those times of getting out with your family and being able to enjoy yourself we see light at the end of the tunnel here, which is really encouraging.
It's encouraging and uplifting for us all because I know we're all hoping to get back to normal sometime soon. I understand you've got some specials going on for those coming down for spring break. And, when I've learned over the past couple of years, because I've stayed at several hotels, I used to go through a website to book hotels, but the hotels would always tell me in person, just call us, book through us, and that's the best way to go. And I guess you guys got some specials on that too.
Yeah, we always encourage folks to go ahead and book on our website at moodygardens.org. You can get your tickets there, but you can also get your best deal on the hotels. And so when you go there, we actually have, in real time, we have a feature that's posted that shows with some of those online booking engines that are out there what that rate is in real time. So you'll actually see for yourself that you're getting the best deal, and we make sure that we do that for you. So we encourage you to go to moodygardens.org and book. We've got a special going on at the hotel right now for the month of March and April. It's a 10% off the lowest available rate. So you're going to get a good deal at the hotel. And then for our attractions, we have a value pass that gets you admission to all of the attractions, which is the Aquarium Pyramid, Rainforest Pyramid, 3D Theater, the 4D Theater, 20,000 Leagues Interactive Adventure, the Discovery Museum, the Colonel Paddle Wheel Boat, ropes course, zip line, all of it. You'll get admission to that with a value pass at a discounted rate. And then we also encourage you to consider an annual membership because you can actually apply your ticket purchase towards an annual membership, which is a great way to save, and it pays for itself in 2 visits. So if you've come and you've gotten a value pass, you're halfway to the admission of an annual membership to be able to visit all year round.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great deal. I know a number of attractions when I travel around the country, I'll buy the annual pass because, like you said, going twice, you pay for it. And if you're going down to the island, folks, maybe 5 or 6 times throughout the summer, go stop by Moody Gardens, get the annual pass, and you'll wind up saving a lot of money and having a destination down there.
Yeah, and the annual membership also gives you some discounts at the hotel, the gift shops, the golf course, restaurant. So you get added value there. And we've just got a really great deal that continues on in the summer. Our Palm Beach will be open during the summertime. And then if you haven't been to Moody Gardens during the holiday season, completely different experience. And we're open every day of the year, including Christmas Day. So a really great way to spend some time with your family.
Jerri Hamachek, PR manager of Moody Gardens out in Galveston. Good to see you. Thank you for being here on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to move on to some HCC news and announcement, folks. Brittany, of course, we've got a new Dean of Earth, Life, and Natural Sciences here at HCC, and an announcement's just been made.
That's right. Dr. Tasha Barclay is that new Dean of Earth, Life, and Natural Sciences. She officially reports to duty March 22nd, just after we return from spring break, and we all welcome her to HCC.
That's right. And folks, if you are looking to maybe better your mental health, take care of yourself, we've got a workshop for you. Self-care workshop, decompress and ease exhaustion. Say it, Brittany, ease exhaustion. I know that's something you
said ease exhaustion, and I kind of yawned, like, I'm trying to get that energy out of me, to ease into exhaustion.
All in for you, folks. Work, school, and personal responsibilities often leave us overstimulated. That's right. After a very long day, it can leave you feeling powerless in efforts to focus and sleep, but it's essential to your health, well-being, education, and career to take care of yourself. Take some time to decompress after a long, exhausting day. So consider joining us for this workshop. It's 1 p.m. today, Thursday, March the 11th, 1 p.m. Brandy Lerman, Coleman's mental health and ADA counselor, is the host of the show. You can check out our events calendar, register, or we'll have a link in the post, the social media post after this show.
And we are going to have an open mic night, and it's time for it too. Let's just be real. HCC's Music Entertainment Student Association, also known as MESA, which offers a platform for artists and musicians to perform and stream on social media. Once again, MESA is hosting an open mic night. That's this Friday, March 12th at 8 p.m. If you've got questions, you can email hcc.mesa.central@gmail.com. We'll be sure to include that email in the post after the show.
We've got a 2021 virtual career fair here at HCC. HCC's college system employs a competitive hiring process for faculty, staff, and administrators, offering a wide range of benefits for our employees and their family members. This includes dozens of academic, workforce, and developmental, try saying that fast, credentialing standards, all making you even more happy you chose HCC as your work home. I know, Brittany, you get always, when we talk about career fairs, you're always getting people asking you questions about jobs at HCC. This is where they can learn about those.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know of some friends of ours who have asked, like, what kind of opportunities are there at HCC, or can I even be an adjunct? And so I always direct them to either one, our website, of course, but also to events such as this. That way they can get that firsthand information, versus through me, because I don't always know what I'm talking about, even though I seem like I do. But definitely check out this virtual career fair if you are interested in being employed by HCC.
Yeah, for more information, we'll put the link in the social media post for the show. All right, we had that heck of a storm about a month ago, almost exactly a month ago, changed our lives. A lot of our students are still trying to recover from this. Some of them may have household repairs or issues that they've had to deal with that are storm related. Well, we're raising funds through the HCC Foundation, and we've established an emergency relief fund to provide financial assistance for our students. Also, faculty, and staff facing unexpected expenses for food, housing, and access to technology because of the recent winter storm Uri. If you can help others in our HCC family who are struggling right now, all gifts to the emergency fund will be matched dollar for dollar up to $25,000 by the HCC Foundation. We'll have a link to contribute in the social media post for the show. Student work study, you did one of those, didn't you?
I did not, actually. I was a student intern.
Okay. All
Didn't
right.
get paid for it.
Well, there's a work study program where you can get paid for it.
Yeah, that's true. So start 2021 off the right way, because the year just hasn't, by participating in the HCC work study program. There are plenty of open positions and funding available for students who qualify. And while it's a really long URL for me to say, we're just going to tell you, check out our post after the show for it.
All right, next week, I know you're excited about this. We are on spring break for Houston Community College, which means Friday will be our last show for the full week. So we won't have shows over the weekend because we just don't have shows on the weekend. But next week we'll be on break, and we'll be returning on what day, Brittany?
Monday, March 22nd, Todd.
All right, I know you're already looking forward to being back on that day as well.
Not one bit.
Not one bit. Well,
Not one bit.
Monday, March 22nd, we'll return with full shows up to the minute. So make sure you have a good spring break next week. We won't be here live because I'll probably be doing something else at 10 a.m. So I know Brittany will as well. Are you going out of town or are you staying in town?
I will be staying in and still working towards my MBA because I don't have spring break off of school.
Oh, that's right. Because, you know, a lot of the universities, and I think U of H is included, they're not having a spring break.
Yep.
Yeah.
I fall under that category of not having, I technically may get like the weekend, but I start classes up next week.
Okay. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, U of H, I think UT, Texas A&M, a number of the universities are just plowing through spring break. But we're taking a break here at HCC because we could all use one. So we'll be back with the show Monday, March 22nd. As you just heard with Dr. Perez, when you sign up for classes this summer and also for the fall, it's going to look a little different. We're going to have the online anytime and online in a schedule, but there will be no flex campus. We're going to have in-person classes, very small classes, and then lab-based courses. So lab-based courses will meet in person. But the main thing, Brittany, as always, sign up early when you register for classes.
Right. You still have chances to enroll for spring semester even. And we do have smaller 8-week and 4-week semesters coming up. So check out those options if you're still interested in taking a class during the spring semester. For any and all registration information and about our programs at HCC, go to hccs.edu/now. That way you can check out our schedule, see what classes are being offered, and just register. And as always, Todd, we have resources available to all of our students, our new, current, and faculty, of course. If you do have questions, you can visit our virtual lobby. I'm going to throw that in there, where we have HCC personnel assisting students and others about what's going on at HCC.
That's right. So our show today about to wrap up. Tomorrow on the show, I'm excited about this. We've got our Film Fridays. Of course, it's also #Frank on Fridays because he'll be back, Frank Cooper. But tomorrow for Film Fridays, we've got Margot Gerber. She's the Vice President of Marketing and Publicity of Landmark Theaters, the folks who run the River Oaks Theater. As you know, the River Oaks Theater on the brink of closing because of, the fact that, they haven't had the same amount of business and they're still having some issues with paying the rent. Support the River Oaks Theater. It's a Houston icon. I just went there last weekend. We're going to a movie there this coming weekend. We'll probably go during spring break. So I'm looking forward to speaking with Margot because we can't lose that theater, Brittany. It's a Houston icon.
Yeah, when we lost the Alabama Theater, even though it was a bookstore, it just broke my heart because that place was so special to me. And I've been to the River Oaks Theater just a handful of times. My first memory is the midnight showing and live action of Rocky Horror.
Yeah, I think all of us have gone there one time or another.
Oh yeah, it's like a rite of passage, especially if you're from Houston, I think.
It is, so there are ways you can help them to support them and possibly keep them open. We'll talk about that tomorrow. And we've also got Jermaine Washington joining us tomorrow, Brittany.
That's right. So attention, women entrepreneurs, as we continue Women's History Month. So Jermaine Washington, Director of Entrepreneurial Initiatives, will be here to talk about women of color business shower. Sorry, that sounded off to me. A Women of Color business shower. That will be held later this month, but the department has lots of events coming up as well. So join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for our show, including Jermaine Washington and Margot Gerber.
That's right. So Brittany's off next week. We all are, but I'll be back tomorrow live 10 a.m. right here on Up to the Minute.